Guys, you want to hear something? Linus came to America and didn't get shot at. Linus, did you see a gun? Did you see anybody like carrying a gun down the street? I want to know. I want to know how many guns Linus saw while she was in America. I miss Linus. She's gone. It's okay. She has her cat now. She has Diva. Dodged a bullet. She probably caught a couple bullets in her teeth while she was here. Oh wait, did you buy a gun? Did you like go and buy a gun while you were here? You could do that. You could just buy a gun. You could just buy whatever gun you want, depending on who you speak to. It's America. You can buy guns, a lot of guns. So we got some dude today in trouble over $5. Yeah, big trouble. We got we're staying in one courtroom today for the first half. It's Judge Reese. It's all Judge Reese. And then we're going to finish up Fleischer Friday. I wonder what kind of food Linus had on the trip on the way home. I freaking hope it was not pizza. I'm traumatized and I wasn't even near that pizza. And I'm thinking, I could probably fly to Linus right now faster than I could drive to Houston. So, since flying to Houston is really not working for me, I think I'm resorted to driving to Houston. And it would take me less time to get to Linus than it would to Judge Fleischer at this point. Gosh, this camera, I tried all different backgrounds. This is like a light brown. It's not even a dark brown. And it's coming up as like black, like I'm ready to rob a bank or something. Oh. All right, I'm going to get the court videos on. Let's do this first. Let's get this out of the way. There. The lighting, I have this great big huge freaking sun right in front of my eyes every morning, like brighter than the sun. I don't know where my passport is, and that's a big deal. It caused a huge issue that I put my passport somewhere where I know I will never lose it. I don't know where that is, though. I just don't know where it is. I looked for years now. 2018, I used my passport for Ireland. 2020 or 2019, I was supposed to go to Ireland, but I can't find my passport. And normal people would say, well, just get another one. No, I don't want another one. I want my passport. I know it's here somewhere. I'll find it. Until then, I'll stay in America. I'm good with that. Totally good with that. Here we go.
This is Amanda Wilson, Judge. Probation revocation. I think it's number 11 on the calendar.
All righty.
Yeah.
I sure would like someone to explain to me why that could not possibly be my passport. Now, remember, I have a master's degree in computer security. Look at that and tell me why that could not possibly be my password for anything.
Okay, are you Amanda Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wilson, you were convicted here of criminal attempt to entice a child, sexual battery, and public indecency back in March of 2021. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you were given a 15-year sentence, allow you to serve out on probation, subject to day reporting center, and other conditions. My Lord, they now have a long list of ways they contend that you have violated the terms and conditions of your probation. They contend that you committed the new offense of willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and disorderly conduct on October the 14th of 2024. failed to report on August 8th in accordance with the instructions you were given. They tried to contact you on August the 15th of 2024. You were no longer living where you were supposed to be living and were therefore not supervised. You came back to court on August the 7th. You were supposed to give a urine sample for a drug screen. You left without providing that drug screen. You admitted in August of 2024 to using marijuana, and you tested positive on October the 15th of 2024 for meth and marijuana. In August of 2024, you were removed from the SAS program for failure to participate in the program, and you also lots of money on your fines and fees, and it paid nothing since September of 2022. You had a previous revocation hearing in June of 2023 to the DRC and aftercare programs, which apparently you did complete the DRC, but not the aftercare. Had another probation revocation in March of 2024 to 30 days into county jail and returned to SAS, but there you have not successfully completed that. You're here today with your attorney, Mr. McRae. Mr. McRae, what is your announcement with regard to whether she admits or denies the allegation?
Yes, Judge, this is going to be an admit and argue today.
All right. The lawyer says you wish to admit these allegations. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's the state requesting?
Judge, the state's requesting the court revoke her to RSAT. I think it's clear from the violations here that there's an ongoing drug problem. The defendant successfully completed the main portion of DRC. Was the aftercare portion that a lot of these issues came in that shows to the state at least that a more structured environment necessary, and the state's resources as far as a more structured environment than DRC is RSAT. So I'm pressed for RSAT.
Yes, Judge. I had spoken at the jail yesterday with Ms. Wilson. We had a note when I talked to her yesterday that she had been trying to actually get into an inpatient rehab and get accepted to one. The one that she got accepted to wasn't Thor approved. We wanted to talk about that and see if maybe that was still an option on the table. She has also talked to me, and I'd like to put it out there based off of our conversation. She doesn't feel RSAT will be helpful whatsoever.
Oh.
And if
Why don't she feel RSAT would not be helpful?
that's what we talked about, she would rather do prison time rather than RSAT, Judge.
Okay.
And so just to make sure that was very clear, she wanted me to say that, make sure you understood. Unfortunately, we don't have any other inpatient programs. She was already accepted to one. It wasn't Thor approved. We figured that wouldn't be fine. And I told her that yesterday. So if that was an option, we would want to consider that. Otherwise, we'll leave this in your hands, Judge.
Her vote 5 years to the penitentiary. That's what you want.
Yeah, we missed it. Did you guys see what just happened? Hold on, I'm going to do that again because we all missed it. So the lawyer said she doesn't want RSAT. She just would rather do prison. So here we go.
Her vote 5 years to the penitentiary. That's what you want.
He's stunned. She doesn't know what's going on.
That's true. That's true. You can't knowing him.
Judge, 5 years penitentiary is what you said.
Sir?
Walked away. 5 years to the penitentiary before you walked away, Judge.
Yeah, I did. I didn't walk away. I did.
I know you were
Turn that off, but yes, she's revoked 5 years to the penitentiary. You can't help folks that don't want help.
I won't help, but I just don't want to go. RSAT, you sit in jail 9 months.
Yeah, RSAT's it's a help program. Anyway, that's done. All right. We've got James Beck. All right. I understand that this is a contempt matter for non-payment of child support.
Yes, Judge, there's some arrears. There were attorney's fees that were ordered that were never.
If someone put their real password up in chat, we need to talk, guys. we need to have a one-on-one conversation about public spaces.
Paid.
If you want to put a picture of your boob on there, do not put your password on there.
Child support and prior medical that were adjudicated at the final hearing and were never paid. Essentially, since Mr. Brown came before the court, the start of this action in September of 2023, she has been ordered to pay child support and half of the out-of-pocket medicals for the child, and she has not paid one dime since that time. The court found her in contempt at the final hearing, again, for failure to pay.
My cybersecurity workshop for y'all would be get a typewriter.
For failure to pay child support, out-of-pocket medical for the child, and awarded some $3,500 in attorney's fees at the final hearing. Gave her the opportunity, Judge, gave her the opportunity to pay an additional $100 for the attorney's fees until that was paid in full. Gave her the opportunity to pay an additional $200 a month towards those adjudicated child support amounts, and she has paid nothing, Judge. The court told her at that hearing.
I just have to know. Okay. Did this woman come into court for another violation of not paying child support wearing Mickey or Minnie Mouse? That the nerve, the cojones she has on her.
That if she does not pay, that this was an opportunity and that the next step was that she be incarcerated. We came back for a motion for reconsideration. I did not file a contempt at that point, but the court looked at the fact that she still had not paid and again told her the same thing. I imagine Ms. Welch is going to file a contempt against you. If you have not paid, that is the next step. And so, Judge, this is I have a copy for the court, if I may approach. This is our second motion for contempt that we're here today on. And Judge, my understanding is, I think the court is aware that she paid a retainer to counsel last night. She's got the money. She's a nurse. She testified about the amount of money that she makes, Judge, and she's in contempt. She hasn't even tried.
What do you allege is the current total arrearage?
So, Judge, since we filed this action, just those November 1st payments have become due. So, as to the new child support since the final hearing.
I'm talking about total arrears, including what was the due at the final hearing. What the already money is due.
There are.
Damn, Michael. $5 signs. Mine only get $3 signs.
Already money's due. So I kind of broke it down.
Okay, all right. Tell me about it.
There are new, since the final hearing, since April 17th of 2024, when the court adjudicated the prior arrears, let's see, $3,759.
All right.
Then there's $125 in the child's medical expenses. Those are for out-of-pocket counseling costs. And then in regards to what the court ordered, she was supposed to be paying $200 a month towards the $3,896.50 in child support arrears that the court.
3,008 what?
$3,896.50.
That was the arrears prior.
Linda, I don't know how many chats you've watched in the past, but putting an extra U in that word is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
To the final?
That was adjudicated at the final, yes, where she was found in contempt. She was supposed to be paying $200 a month for that starting May 1st.
But you hadn't paid.
Hadn't paid any of that, so we're at $1,400 there.
Well, you can't add that together. That had to be a double up. You're 14 behind on it, but the arrears, the total amount was still $3,896.
Fozzie really hates the letter U a lot.
Yes,
50.
I drafted a proposed order which kind of carved out what we were asking for, which was the $1,400 that should have been paid, and then it sets out that there is still that remaining balance that was previously adjudicated. And then she was supposed to be paying $100 towards attorney's fees of $3,500, which were awarded at the final order.
So what are you asking for today? If you put the 1,400 plus the 100 a month on the attorney's fees plus I guess the arrears since the final.
Yes, Judge, and we did ask for, I should have had this up before I walked in. We did ask for $2,600 in attorney fees for having to file this and come back today. If I can pull up this order just briefly, Judge.
All right, Ms. Campbell, you contend that you have paid child support and she just not giving you credit for it, or what is your position here today?
Because I'm not a resident of this county, I went to the county that I live in, Bullitt County, to do the child support papers because we're split between counties right now. They don't know what to do. Over here, nobody won't do anything. When we came last time, I told you in the courtroom that we can't, and I'm not currently working. And even when I was here last, because I'm doing my preceptorship for my nursing program, so I'm not even, that's what I'm saying, like, I'm trying to get all this.
Breathe. Lady, you gotta breathe. You gotta breathe. You're choking me.
Court date here. I mean, financially wise, my hands are tied, and like I said, I'm trying to get this, and the insurance for the child in question is Caden. I carry insurance for you. They're just not filing that insurance, and then you put it in here.
Have you paid any of the child support that the court ordered you to pay?
I haven't paid any because the court order wasn't signed, and it just got signed this week.
Ma'am, the court order was effective the day it was announced.
Okay, because that's when we went to the first court. Started here, but they said that they couldn't do it with child support.
The clerk of court's got nothing to do with your child support.
Yeah, but how I was going to pay it?
You write him a check.
Without just write him a check.
Yes, ma'am, you write him a check. It ain't got to go through the government. You write him a check. People pay.
What is a check? Check? Like a checkbox? I don't know.
Pay child support every day by just writing the other party a check, send them a money order, whatever. You got to do that. You hadn't done it. We've been through this BS with you before. This is your standard mumbly jumbly excuse, but you still hadn't paid a single penny on the child support.
And did you check in the regulation? He owes me $37,000 in child support in Bullitt County.
Well, that's
what I'm saying. That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's a matter you're gonna have to bring in Bullitt County. I got nothing to do with that.
But they're asking for child support. That's what I'm saying. Like for
as I told you before, I have nothing to do with that. I don't collect child support for Bullitt County.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a Bullitt County.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know where.
it's supposed to go.
Judge, we're asking for her to be placed and held in the custody of the sheriff's office until she purges herself from contempt. With the arrears that have accumulated based on the payment she was supposed to be making under the prior adjudicated arrears.
I won't believe you until you send me one. Mail me one. Hold on. I'm gonna give you my address. I won't believe you.
For those amounts, plus the new arrears, and then Judge, in and also adding in 2,600 in attorney fees.
So the new arrears was, 3896.50.
Yes, Judge, a new arrears is 125 plus 3759.
Okay, okay, all right, yeah. I got the wrong one, okay. So you got that, 3759 plus the 125 plus 1,400, you say that was supposed to be paid on the extra toward the arrears.
Yes, Judge. Plus 700 in the attorney's fee that was supposed to be paid at, she was supposed to be paying 100 a month. So there's 700 there.
Ma'am, you went and hired a lawyer tried to last night and
Last night.
ma'am,
I didn't hire him. I
you paid her a retainer fee, which she has now refunded to you, am I right?
I haven't retained it. No, I haven't been given any refunded money yet because I still have her present. So I haven't been in.
How much money did you give Ms. Navarro?
Anyway,
Who gave her money?
Hmm?
Who gave her money?
it was money that was given on my behalf.
And-
Help.
And how much was it?
Her fee was $7,400.
$7,400. How much easier would it have been to put that towards your child support than you wouldn't be sitting here fixing to go to jail today?
I mean, regardless of the fact, I mean, putting it towards that, I mean, it's putting me in the bind anyway, having to get it, but it's okay. I don't.
But what I'm saying, if you got that $7,400 that somebody, I don't care who it is, somebody's going to pay for you, it would have been a lot better than giving it to a lawyer.
I love it.
To keep fighting it, to
Been fighting this for
to pay your child support that's already in a court order.
same thing with this over here, with the part up here. This is the same with him. The money that we're seeing
I would love that. I would just love it.
here waste.
What's the total?
Judge, our total is $8,584, but that does include our request of $2,600 for attorney's fees for this act.
Well, that's way over what I got. I got $37.59. That's the rearage since the final. $1,400, which is the $200 a month that she was supposed to pay toward the arrears since the final.
Breathe, Fozzie. Breathe. Just like her. She's take a breath. Breathe.
700, which was the amount of money she was supposed to be paying toward the attorney's fees since the final, and 125.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, hold on a minute.
And then we had 2,600 requests for attorney fees.
Just for this hearing,
Yes, Judge.
that's a little bit steep for filing one motion for contempt and appearing here today for a hearing.
I understand, Judge.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, Judge, that's the difference. I think the actual arrears is $5,984. And then we were just asking for reasonable attorney's fees on top of that. And as I stated, I do have an order prepared that I can modify consistent with however the court rules, Judge, but just asking for a per.
I'm going to award you 1,500 attorney's fees on this one. That's $7,484. Sheriff, take her into custody. She can be released upon payment of $7,484. And if you get that $7,400 back from Ms. Navarro, all you need is $84. All right, prepare an order and I'll sign it.
Judge, I plan to stick around and get.
She needs $9,000 or she has to stay in jail. Oh my gosh. I would never get out of jail.
Get that ready for you to sign.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, you may.
Just wait for a second.
All right, you Mr. James Benton.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Benton, you were convicted here back in June of 2022 for aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during commission of a crime, another aggravated assault, and another possession of a firearm during commission of a crime, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Somehow you were given a very light sentence, a 20-year sentence, probated subject to 170 to 180 days at the PDC, and then RSAT suspended. And then various other charges in combination to all of that. It turned out to be basically a 30-year sentence, but all subject to probation, other than the PDC, which is of course a probation, part of probation. They now allege that you have violated the terms and conditions of your probation. Let me find what. By committing a new offense of forgery on September the 9th of 2024. You're here today with your attorney, Mr. McRae. Mr. McRae, what is your announcement with regard to whether he admits or denies that allegation?
We're denying the allegation, Jeff.
All right, you may proceed.
Calls Tiffany Barwick.
Somebody, Tiffy Barwick, come on up. Please raise your right hand. Please swear the testimony you're about to give in the case now in hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Lacey, I want to go there. I really would love to check that place out. And if there's no such thing, I'm going to build one.
Will you spell your name for the court reporter, please?
Tiffany, Tiffani, Barwick, Barwick.
Thank you. And where do you work at, Ms. Barwick?
At Jet Food Stores in Adrian.
All right, is that located in Emmanuel County?
Yes, sir.
All right. And were you working there on September 9th, 2024?
Yes, sir.
What's your position there?
Store manager.
All right. On September 9th of this year, were you working the cash register at the Jet Food store?
Yes, sir.
Did a James Benton come into the store to make a purchase?
Yes, sir.
Do you see him in the courtroom here today?
Yes, sir.
What's he wearing?
Green and white jumpsuit.
Let the record reflect she's identified the defendant. Did anything notable happen with Mr. Benton's purchase on September 9th of this year?
He just came in to buy some cigarettes and gas, and when he handed me the money, I realized the $5 bill was counterfeit.
Did you realize it immediately, or did you realize it at a later time?
Immediately.
Okay. And how was the bill counterfeit?
It said for motion picture purposes only on it.
Okay.
You could get a little closer to the microphone, please, man, and speak up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was counterfeit. How?
It said for motion picture purposes only on it. I mean, you could tell by how it looked and how it felt.
Okay. And what did you do after you realized that the $5 bill was counterfeit?
I told him that I couldn't, take it because it was counterfeit.
Okay. How did Mr. Benton respond?
He just said, "Oh, I didn't know it was fake." And I can't remember if it was he ended up getting though, because he was getting cigarettes and gas. And I can't remember which one he ended up getting, but he just said, "I didn't know it was fake." But I had to keep it. I couldn't give it back to him.
Okay, he asked for it back?
No, he was just like, "I don't know it's counterfeit."
That hurt my feelings, Linus.
Okay. Did the store purchase go through at that time or
No, sir.
was it canceled?
Not with the counterfeit part, no, sir.
Okay.
He had other cash as well.
Did he pay for the products in cash?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he handed you the $5 bill.
I'm going to tell you how she feels. She feels like crap still because it takes time. So she feels like crap and she wants to yell at everybody. Yell at us. Just yell at us, Lori. Let it all out.
Realized it was counterfeit. And then afterwards, after you confronted him about that, then he used, I assume, legal currency.
Yeah, he handed me all the money at the same time. So the other money was real, but
Okay.
No, he's not.
Do you have that counterfeit bill with you now?
no, sir. When we get counterfeit money, we have to hand it over to the sheriff's office. We can't keep it.
Okay,
I have a copy of it, Judge,
all right.
that was provided by Adrian Police Department. It has, the reason I haven't tried to tender it is because it's clearly a copy of what was collected into evidence by Adrian Police Department. It has notes on it from Adrian Police Department, such as their case number and stuff like that. So it has been, my copy that I have has been modified with, so that's why I didn't tender it with this witness, because unless the defense, okay, with tender.
Is he from Adrian? Do you have the bill? You have it with you?
Don't try to give me no animal. Please. I'm begging you. I want your dog so badly.
He was going to be my second witness.
Okay, well, but he doesn't have the bill with him. Fine, fine, whatever, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, Judge, that might be, well, take that back.
I just asked you, was it obvious? Apparently, it was immediately obvious to you that it was counterfeit.
Yes, sir.
It had written on it, what did you say? Not
For motion picture purposes only?
for promotion picture purposes only.
Yes, sir.
I didn't understand what you said there.
Do you remember giving a statement to Officer Milton with the Adrian Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you remember telling Officer Milton?
Well, when he came in, I believe it was a day or two after it happened. And I handed it to him and he took it and had to get a copy of the video.
Do you remember telling Officer Milton that the defendant asked for the counterfeit money back when confronted about it?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Do you remember telling Officer Milton that the defendant fled the location when he was confronted about it?
No, sir. I don't recall that at all.
Okay. No further questions.
You may cross-examine.
Ms. Barwick, my name is Colton McRae. I'm the Assistant Public Defender. I'm representing Mr. Benton in this case. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I want to make sure I heard you right. So you're actually the store manager at the Jet now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you worked your way up or have you start there as a cashier and work your way up, or did you start in that position?
Worked my way up.
Okay. So you've been there for a few years then?
3 years.
3 years.
If you actually say Fahrenheit, we all get confused. The hell is Fahrenheit? Is that like east, west, north, south?
How often do you work the cash register?
Every day.
Every day?
I'm there 70 hours a week.
When you identified my client, Mr. Benton, was that the first time that you've ever met him on the September 9th date?
No, sir.
Okay, so has he been in the store before?
Oh, yes, sir. Almost every day.
Okay. And has anything like this ever happened with Mr. Benton before?
No, sir.
And since you know Mr. Benton, has the store ever just let him float if he was a little under or something?
So at I can't remember now. It was a while ago. Like at 9:30 p.m. last night, I was supposed to face, I don't know, a direction. I'm just gonna say, I think I was supposed to face north, west, and and wave goodbye to Linus. But I know there's no way I know where northwest is. Even though Fozzie said, look to where the sun goes down and then turn 30 degrees, I think to your right. Well, the place I was, I don't know where the sun goes down. I have no idea where the sun goes down. So here's what I imagine happened last night at 9:30. Linus is flying this way. I'm facing this way, waving to Florida because I don't know where she was. But it's okay, Linus, because you know what I did? I did like a circle. I, wa- I waved in every single direction, so I knew that I got it right.
Or if he fell short one day or something like that, if y'all just told him it's okay, just bring it next time?
Yeah, he actually came
I
in to
didn't
get
think
some
about
stuff
that.
one day and his card wasn't going through and I paid for it for him.
Okay. And did he ever come back and pay for that?
He tried to pay me back for it, but I told him it wasn't necessary. I'd already
Cheater.
paid for it.
Okay. And this counterfeit bill, you said he handed it to you, the whole total. It's not like he just pulled it out and handed it to you.
Right.
And so what was there, $15, was it?
I think it was like 13.
13? Maybe I want some ones or something.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But he just handed it to you all at once. It wasn't just that he pulled that specific one and gave it to you.
Correct.
And you said that it was obvious that it was fake. Now I want to kind of clear that up. He hands you the money.
Okay, Kelly. Okay. If I dropped you off behind my restaurant in the alleyway, how in the freaking world would you know which way the sun set? and which way was north? How would you know which way was north? How would you know? You can't just look at something and know which way is north. So, how would you know? How do you know? I know what's north and what's south of me, like, in New York, Canada, Florida, but I cannot stand in this spot in my own home and tell you which way is Florida. I just can't. Oh, can't do it. Yeah. I said to him, I said, "What do you mean northwest? Is that towards McDonald's or towards Walmart? Which way is it?" Uh, I just Yes, Fozzie, but there's not signs in the world that says NSEW. There's nothing. There's nothing here to which way am I facing right now? Right now, which way am I facing? How would you know which way I'm facing? There's nothing to tell me which way I'm facing. That's why feng shui, nope, can't do it. I couldn't do it. No, I'm in my house right now and I have absolutely no idea which way I'm facing. And there's nothing to tell me. There's no signs or anything to tell me. Okay, like there's a window. That's great. I have a window. The sun, yeah, okay, but I don't know where the sun comes up right now. Like, I don't even know. There's a lot of trees. Oh no, I can't see an ocean or a mountain. How do you know you're facing south? This is ridiculous. I know for a fact I am facing the Chinese restaurant. I don't, I'm trying to think. If I had a guess, no, I think the sun comes up back there. Only because sometimes when I'm trying to record court videos at like 3, 4 p.m., the sun is directly in my eyes in a slice. So, yeah. All right, so the sun goes down there, right? So that's the east. Now, I'm gonna see if I can find a compass on my phone. I didn't even know my phone had a compass, and see if I'm right. My phone does not have a compass. So I'm just gonna pretend I am right. And now I know east is that way. Yep. Okay, but the sun also gets in my eyes from that same window at 3 p.m. That's what I said. I'm like sort of facing east. But oh, that members only video was around 3 p.m., wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. East. Now I know. We all learned where east is to me right now, but that doesn't help you guys at all because you're not here. I don't know what I accomplish. It is just easier saying towards McDonald's. Turn towards McDonald's and say hi. Even if it was wrong, what difference would it make? Why couldn't you just say turn towards McDonald's and say hi?
Right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that there was a fake bill when he handed you the money when it was wrapped up and kind of all at once?
No, not until like whenever he handed it to me and I went to get his tobacco. I was like, oh, this is fake.
Okay.
Couldn't.
You're very funny, Maiko. Because those same highways go shh.
Maybe at the time when you start splitting it up to put it into your cash register then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you notice it was fake then,
Right.
but not before.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I mean, when I felt that actual bill, but I have cashiers that's been there for years and they don't catch it. So it's really got to be something you're paying attention to because some of it does look real.
Okay. And do you, is that something y'all had
The one with the cute manager.
issues with in the past?
Oh, yes, sir.
And do you sometimes get change from other countries and things like that? Like maybe Canadian pennies instead of American pennies?
Not yet.
Okay. Just asking. So he actually completed the purchase though with the portion of cash he had.
Right.
Okay. And do you know if
Their wings are not great.
he came back later that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. What was your shift like that day? How long were you at the store?
I'm there 10, 12 hours a day.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, but I have cashiers too, and I have paperwork. So if he could have came, while I was in the office or.
Okay. So without checking, the till or something like that, the receipts, we don't know if he came back to try to get any more gas or anything?
Yes, sir.
Since there was an issue?
Yes, I'm not sure.
Okay. And there was this whole thing about him trying to take it back. Was it just that he was trying, could it have been that he was just trying to see it? To see how it was fake?
I don't recall him trying to take it back. I can't say he did. I can't say he didn't.
I feel like that's not a thing. I heard of left field before. They don't say left base, they say like third base. I feel like that's made up. I feel like that's not really a thing. Is there a left out? Oh, left out. As in the bench, right? Is that what you mean? It took me 18 minutes to figure that out.
I'm not sure.
Okay. And it's your store policy to call the police whenever there's a counterfeit bill, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is this the same kind of coloration as a normal bill? Is it kind of that light kind of greenish color?
It's a little more bluish.
Little blue?
Yes.
Okay. But, when it's wrapped up, you couldn't.
Right.
It was counterfeit. And you separated it out that you knew. Okay. Did you say that Chief Milton, that's for a video, store video at the time?
Yes, sir. He has a
Okay.
copy of the video.
Okay, he took a copy of the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did he watch it at that time, or did he just take the copy?
He watched it as well.
Okay. But did he only take the portion of the video from that time? Did he take the whole day's footage?
No, sir.
Okay,
That time.
all right. Has the store taken a position on the charges for Mr. Betton in this case?
Objection, asking the witness for a legal conclusion that's reserved for the court's discretion.
What their position is be relevant to the issue.
Well, the store is the victim in this case, Judge, and I'm just kind of curious as to I'm not asking them to take a legal position about guilt or innocence or anything. And in fact, we're not even at that portion of this. You know, we're just determining if something happened. I was just curious, like we do with victim statements, if there was something that they wanted to see happen, because as far as I can tell, they ended up with the bill. He didn't actually walk away with any product. And as far as I can tell, they're not actually at a store loss. So these are the kind of things I'm having to worry about for my client for the underlying case as well. You know, it sounds like there's not even a restitution issue here. That is strictly about the $5 bill. So I'm just trying to clear that up for me.
Well, you're right. It's obviously they did not give him any product in exchange for the counterfeit bill, so there's not any restitution and no loss. The court has to decide, first of all, whether he committed a violation or not, and the court has to decide what sanction there should be, if any, if in fact the court finds that he violated. So his point is, what is the store's position have to do with those issues?
And I understand that, Judge. I guess where I'm going with this is, again, they are the victim of the forgery here, is what was being, I guess, my understanding.
It's like a victim impact. I'll allow it. It's not relevant as to the issue of whether he violated probation or not, and it's really not relevant as to sanction, other than victim impact statements do have an impact, I suppose. Go ahead.
Respectfully.
I'll overrule the objection.
Yes.
Honestly, the corporate office, they're even like all this over a $5 bill. I mean.
Okay. I don't have any further questions for you, ma'am.
Ms. Barwick? No, ma'am. When did you report this to police?
Becky, you should do feng shui.
I tried reporting it that day, but Chief Milton, I believe he was on part-time at that time. Is that correct, Chief?
No, you can't ask
Okay.
anybody in the audience. I'm asking you, when did you report it that you tried to report it
I
that
was
day?
trying to report it that day.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. When did the police come out?
I believe it was the day after.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, your next witness.
Michael Milton.
Please raise your right hand and you swear the testimony you're about to give in the case now and hearing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I do.
Will you spell your name for the court reporter?
It's MICHAEL,
Where do you work at?
presently the chief of police with the Adrian Police Department.
All right. Post certified with arrest power?
Yes.
How long have you been post certified?
How long have I been post certified?
Yes.
Since 1991.
All right. And were you the responding officer for a counterfeit money at the jet food store in Adrian last September?
Yes.
All right. And is that store located in Emmanuel County?
This past September.
When you arrived, what day did you arrive at the store?
I was actually notified of the incident the day it happened, but was not available. None of the Adrian officers were available at that time. And the time I was notified, Ms. Barwick advised she knew the guy, but she didn't know who he was. And so, she was advised to try and find out his information, and that our first available time we would make contact with her, which would have been on the 11th of September.
Okay. And did you make contact with Ms. Barwick?
I'm sorry?
Did you make contact with Ms. Barwick?
Yes, I did.
What did Ms. Barwick state to you?
She advised that the subject entered the store around 6, a little after 6 that morning, was trying to pick up some cigarettes and some gas. I was told that he gave her a 10 and a 5. She said when she went to put it in the drawer, that's when she realized the 5 was a counterfeit, that it was movie money, that it said for movie purposes only. I was told that when she told him that it was movie money, that he actually.
Now, a map I can read. I can read a map easily. I could do it if I had a map. If you gave me a map right now, I could tell you where north, south, east, and west was. That's what maps are for.
Asked for bill back, and that she couldn't give it back to him. She advised she wanted to file a report on the incident.
You can make a bow tie out of pretty much anything, so I have a million.
And proceed with the prosecution. We did obtain the video. We did watch the video. It did show that Mr. Benton did pass the $5 bill to her while trying to purchase cigarettes and stuff. It also showed that Ms. Barwick didn't give him the merchandise after he passed the fake money. As soon as she told him that she couldn't give it back to him, that's when he walked out the store and left. So
I've been derobed.
we did obtain warrants for his arrest that day. I did obtain a warrant. I did go and confront Mr. Benton at his residence, where he was Mirandized and placed under arrest for forgery. I asked him if he knew that the money was fake. He admitted that he did know it was fake. He claimed he found it and that he just put it in his pocket with the rest of his money. And then he forgot it was in there when he claims that he went to the store.
Was he able to tell you where he found it?
I want to say he said he found it on the ground. I'd have to play the body cam video back on that. I think he said he found it laying on the ground somewhere.
One of us would get injured.
I've got no further questions for you, Chief. Please answer any questions the defense has.
How are you, Chief?
Good.
Don't know if we've met yet. My name's Colton McRae. I'm one of the assistant public defenders. I started with Payne's office a few months ago. I haven't really had much interaction with you at this point.
That's correct.
Yes, sir. I understand it's pretty recent, Chief, right?
That's correct.
Yes, sir.
Just got promoted in August.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure I've got everything straight. Clear up some things that was said. So I understand then that the response from the police department was not until September 11th when the incident occurred on the 9th, right?
That's correct.
Yes, sir. And you did confirm that she didn't know that the bill was fake until she went to put it in the bill?
That's what it appears when he handed it to her, according to the video. It appears she noticed it once she was trying to sort it out to put it into the drawer. Yeah.
Okay. Does that video have audio?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The video and the money is evidence at the Adrian Police Department, but I did provide a copy of the video to the DA.
Yes. And is that portion of the video just around the transaction time? It's not a full 24-hour?
No, it's not a 24-hour. I don't think they had enough room on the drive for that.
Yes, sir. you said then, as soon as you took the warrant out, you ended up confronting Mr. Betton at his residence?
That's correct.
And you said he made a statement that he admitted that he knew it was fake at that time.
That's correct.
But that was after the situation at the store where he learned it was fake, right?
That's correct.
Well, did he tell you he didn't find out it was taken to the store? Did he tell you he knew he picked it up? But he went ahead and put it.
I asked him if he knew the money was fake, and he said yes. So he found it and put it in his pocket with the rest of the money.
Okay.
But that's got to be a clear distinction, though, that he found the money, put it in his pocket. But did he specifically say at that time that he knew it was fake when he picked it up?
I'd have to play the body cam back, but I'm sure that's what he said.
Okay. And I don't, he didn't tell you where he found it, is about what you said earlier, sir?
I can't, like I said, I had to play the
I'm going to get ice cream. Be good, people. I'll be right back.
body cam back on that as well, but I'm pretty sure he said he found it laying on the ground,
Yes, sir.
floor, or something to that effect.
Did you say on the video he didn't actually walk out with any merchandise?
I don't think the clerk gave him, like she stated earlier, I think he was trying to get gas and cigarettes. I don't think she gave him the cigarettes. I think he got the gas, I think.
I thought I just heard earlier that she took the cigarettes out of the store and he just didn't.
I can't remember. I'd have to play the video back on that as well. I know,
Okay.
I know he got something and didn't get something, so.
Okay. But you'd have to refresh and look at the video and
Yes.
everything at this point, tell me for certain.
Yes.
I have no further questions, sir.
No redirect. Thank you, sir. You may step down. Anything else from the state?
State road.
Any evidence from the defendant?
We're not going to call anybody, Judge.
Sir?
We're not going to call Mr. Bettner.
All right.
Point, Judge.
Argument?
State will conclude.
Trying to get a sip of water, Judge. Sorry.
Sure.
Well, Judge, you've heard the evidence that was presented here. I went to talk, Mr. Williams is not here. I wanted to get an idea, first off, beyond the hearing portion, is how he has been in probation. Did note on the sheet that this is his first revocation. This is the first time he's had any issue since entering into this charge back on the April term of 2022. After talking to Mr. Betton, I believe he had actually been placed on non-reporting, but I haven't been able to check with that to verify that. As far as I can tell, there's obviously been no revocation. He's been fine with completing everything. This is a very different charge than what he initially charged with. And I don't know based off of what I've heard today, it sounds to me like a fake dollar bill was found. It sounds reasonable. I mean, how many of us have picked up money before, found some change, something? I don't always check it and I like to collect coins. I don't always check it till I sit down or go to pay for something. I mean, it can surprise me. If I had a roll of some money, I go to hand it out and somebody tells me, hey, whoa, one of these in the middle is fake. I don't know if he actually did this with the intent to defraud. I mean, I think he went there. He's as much a victim of this anyway. There's a fake $5 bill. These kind of things, I think you can buy them on Amazon. I tried to do a little research last night. Anybody could pick these up, pass them around, and you could get it from an ATM if it doesn't catch it, or if a cashier doesn't catch it, you get your money back from a waitress. There's a million things that could happen here. And, I kind of am stuck with this, the whole thing is over about a $5. And he's forgery in the first degree. It's not like he's making these. I didn't hear any evidence that they found any other money on him. They had a search incident to arrest. This is the only thing. He goes there. And I'd like to, they don't have the whole video. And I imagine at this point, with 30 days, these things record over. I wonder if he kind of went back and paid. We heard testimony today that he was always good about coming by and paying people back. He tried to pay. They floated him one time and he tried to pay. We had a serious discussion at the jail prior to this, Judge, And he's real tore up about this whole thing. It was a mistake, you know, and mistakes happen. And, you know, he has tried to do everything he can since this prior incident to stay on the right side. He actually told me, Judge, I said, I think you handled that case. And he's, you know, he was talking to me and said, you know, he hated to come back in front of you because with such a crazy situation as this, because he's tried to do everything right. And I really don't think I know the burden is much lower for a probation revocation, but I would hold that they haven't met the burden that he's actually violated here. And if it has, I mean, gosh, I wonder how many of us have been victims of this ourselves. You know, whenever I can tell you, I don't check my money the way I do because I pay with card a lot. Somebody hands me some cash, I don't look it over good. You know, I've been that way for years now. The cards are everywhere, and especially after COVID when they stopped giving cash out as much. So when I do get cash, I'm a lot less likely to look at it. So I don't know. That's where I'm at, Judge. I know it's kind of circular a little bit, but I don't necessarily know if the elements for defrauding have been met. I agree it's a writing. You know, I think we can both agree on that, and Mr. Palmer as well, under the forgery statute. I had it pulled up if we need to put it on the record, but it's 16-9-1, I believe. And then, you know, this entertainment purposes, I mean, I don't think, it's not like he's making this. I think he kind of is a victim here too, where he's gotten a fake bill. And I don't think he was trying to intentionally pass it off. I talked to Mr. Betton and considered putting him on the stand. Obviously, you know, with his rights, he didn't want to. And we thought that might be in his best interest. But, you know, I think he tried to go back and pay later on, but to clear it up, much like he tried to pay him back before. I just don't have that in evidence. I'm sorry.
Why would he, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he go back to pay when he didn't get anything in exchange for it? It's nothing to pay.
I think the evidence is shaky on that, Judge. I heard that he got the cigarettes and got a little bit of gas at the time. He just didn't get the portion for the $5, of which, you know, I'm kind of contending that he's as much a victim in this anyways. He didn't get that portion. $5 of gas doesn't get you anywhere nowadays. I mean, gosh, what is it now? $2.98, I think I just paid the other day. I mean, gosh, any truck car, that's going to eat that up. So my understanding, and again, when we talked about it, again, this is not an evidence. This is just my argument. I think much like he tried to do before, he tried to go make right with the store because he has tried to do right by people ever since this situation with the aggravated assault. You scared him straight with this, Judge. And now this has come up and he's been absolutely terrified.
What do you got on his record? Any drug tests along the way, reporting, paying his fines and fees? What's the status of his record?
I was not muted. I'm so sorry. But you can't hear her. It's very, very hard to hear her. But they talk about all the drug tests that he takes. They're all negative. They talk about the fines he's supposed to be paying. He's paying them. He's doing every single thing on probation he is supposed to be doing, 100%.
Is January when he was put on supervision with you all?
Oh, Lord, you got a 30-year sentence and you put him on unsupervised in 2 years.
Well, actually, less than 2 years.
Yeah, I know. That's the system we deal with. Yeah. All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Palmer?
Well, and I am curious, when was he on supervised provision? Because his sentence was in June of 2022. He received 6 months PDC. I know there's a wait time for the PDC, and then it was an RSAT suspended upon him completing a minimum of 9 months of inpatient rehab. When did he leave the rehab? That's what I want. I assume he completed it.
Yeah, we got that. We want to know,
I want to.
did he do the RSAT? Did he do the PDC? And did he do private rehab? Yes.
What was the suspended RSAT?
Well, yeah, but it was after it followed the PDC.
Right.
Second month, 2022, transported on 8/9/2022.
Whenever she wants, Nan, because that's how babies roll. They're born whenever they want to be.
Should have gotten out around February.
He was in treatment at the January 31st called Wednesday.
And apparently he completed that.
Treatment.
All right.
It's not good for
And
you
then
to
he
eat
was
ice
supervised
cream
on
right now,
probation
Fozzie. I'll eat it for you.
until basically May.
Correct.
And then he got arrested for this. Okay. So Judge, the court's correct. The first thing that the court has to determine is whether there's been a violation of probation. Preponderance of the evidence standard. And the defense is correct in regards to the forgery statute that is OCGA 1691. And for a forgery in the first degree, you have to have a utterance or delivery of a writing that is fraudulent with the intent to defraud. I don't think there's any dispute that the defendant turned over a counterfeit $5 bill. It's going to be in regards to the intent to defraud, which is the reason why I called Chief Milton to the stand, because the initial report that was given to Adrian Police regarding, and this is the part that Ms. Barwick doesn't remember, couldn't recall in her testimony, was that the defendant asked for the $5 bill back and that he just found it on the ground and then just crumpled it up with the rest of his money. I've never done that. I don't think any reasonable person has ever done that where they've like, oh, that's a fake bill. Well, I'll keep it with the rest of the cash, right? This is a preponderance of the evidence stand.
First off, sir, I'm a server. Do you know how many fake bills I get with tips all the time? And no, I don't always realize it right away because I just shove it all in a pile. This could happen to me so easily.
And I think that that's the key part here in this case, that it is a lower burden of proof. And I do believe that we've met the preponderance standard in that regard. And I do believe that the court should find that he's violated his probation.
No, Linus. When you're changing her diaper or his diaper, I'm keeping it with her. I don't care. When you're changing her diaper, you take the old diaper off and you forget, maybe you should have a new diaper ready, and she starts peeing all over you and everything else. She smiles so cute when she does that. Warms your heart.
And then we can move on to argument as far as.
When was he arrested?
He was arrested on September,
Should be that September 11th, right?
I think so. Let me.
He's been in jail 2 months.
Wes. Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at his records, because you got it, he didn't get out of rehab until what, February, you said?
No, November of last year.
Okay. How many drug screens, and you quit testing him in January?
That's ours. All the drugs for you, four was done in the place.
Yeah, I get that, but
So for us, we did it on 11/2/23, negative, 11/28, negative, and then January 17th, 24.
okay, but you quit drug testing him in January of 24.
We had 9 times with our department and all of them.
Okay, all right. Anything else, Mr. Palmer?
Not in regards to,
I do find that, I think by preponderance of the evidence that he has violated the terms and conditions of probation. I have to agree with Mr. Palmer. Nobody, especially somebody on probation, would pick up money that you view as fake and put it in your pocket with the rest of your money and take a risk of using it. That's just not reasonable. And it's just not, that doesn't make any sense to me. But as far as a sanction, we got 60 days in the county jail he's already served.
yeah, and I was, when I first, full candor to the court, when I first got the petition, I didn't know much about the
He's been in jail for 2 months already over this.
details of the case. I saw, we've got a new forgery in the first degree, counterfeit money. And I think I was planning on it being a recommendation of some time to prison. Hearing the testimony here today, I don't think I'm going to give a recommendation. I don't know what recommendation to give a judge.
I think, if I might recall, this is the case, he was pretty well high at the time. This was drunk, if I recall. I don't remember what when this occurred. He shot it. Is his wife, she here? I think his wife, Ms. Benton, was one of the alleged victims, and I think he had excuses and things. And are y'all still together? Are y'all divorced? Or what's your status of, we find her thing here? Who is Abigail Benton?
We're not together, sir.
Okay, y'all were together when this occurred, though, right?
We were together until I got out of lockup.
Okay, all right. And who is Rebecca Williams?
Yes, sir.
Who is she?
She is the mother of my child.
Because Rebecca Williams is the mother of your child. And Abigail Benton was your wife or your daughter?
Abigail was my daughter.
Daughter, okay. She was there when this took, Abigail,
Yes,
when the assault took place.
yes.
I love it. I love it.
David Benton, the bad temptation that I have here is that you were given an extraordinarily light sentence at the beginning for these kind of charges.
My life.
Sir?
That it did change my life.
That's the other side of the coin.
Something happens here, but I don't know what it is. I think, but I don't know, I think that his father or uncle is standing behind him. Um, but I can't see because the camera, and I don't know what's going on. I think the judge kind of yells at someone behind him for a second. The judge could be yelling at him. The judge could be yelling at him, but I'm not sure. We're you guys look and maybe you'll know more than I do.
That's the other side of the coin. If the one side of me says, well, you gave him a light sentence, it's time to lock him up now. That's what one side of me says. The other side of me says, well, he went and got treatment, he went and got help, and passed all his drug screens, and everything else is going good except for this relatively minor.
It changed my life, and I accepted God, and I made sure rehab. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, and that's the report I'm getting, and that's good. So I do find that he violated the terms and conditions of his probation, but I'm revoking the time served. But you're gonna have to be more careful, exceptionally careful with regard to anything that might come close to being a violation.
Yes, sir, and I see that.
This, sometimes, like I say, that's too good to be true. Sometimes it's just too good to be true. You pick up fake money and you throw it away, burn it, take it home and put it under a glass for display purposes. Go, hey, look at this movie money, but don't put it in your regular money. You got me? No, hey, he and I are talking, right? Don't interfere.
When I had picked it up, I did.
Judge, I would ask
I think it was the lawyer that he just at.
you not.
Well, yeah, he does have a point about the pending charges, which I assume they're not going to prosecute. I don't know.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see who got it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I am definitely.
All right. I'll let you back out today, unless there's some other pending charges somewhere against you. Be careful, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And keep straight and clean. I'm glad. I'm just so thrilled and excited to change your life in that regard. You got that under control. All right. Thank you. No, sir. I want him back on. Please put him back on supervised. You're going to put you back on supervised for a while. 6 months will be fine. If he stays straight, clean, and sober another 6 months, I'll be happy. I understand.
Hold on, we have to say thank you to Monica first. They are really cool little thumb cuffs. Okay, it's time. We only got this far, 37 minutes into Friday of Judge Fleischer's courtroom, and it's really cool because I missed this yesterday. But remember the soft sit? he was sitting here in a yellow shirt, but look, there's someone right there in a yellow shirt. I bet they're going to be entertaining. I don't know. Hi, Em. Okay. He went to jail for 2 months over that. He was in jail for 2 months over that. 2 months over $5 that any of us could have done. All right, maybe not the judge, and maybe not the prosecutor. They say, "Oh, I would never do that." Sometimes I think, like coupons or cash. I just throw them. Oh, that's not money. Sorry. You could go to jail for that. You could go to jail for thinking that a piece of something is cash when it's not. He couldn't bail out either. Well, okay. So the reason why he couldn't bail out was he had a 30-year sentence. He did 90 days in jail for a 30-year sentence. And then he was on probation for a couple months. Monitored probation where he had to keep checking in. And then they took him off of that to non-reporting probation. So now he has a 30-year sentence that he's doing out on non-reporting probation. So that's why when he messed up, they kept him in jail and he wasn't allowed out. I mean, he did do something bad in the past. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, well, got 2 more months out of him in jail for $5. All right, Judge, let's find someone. We did long shirt guy. Hold on. We're going here. I'm guessing prostitution. What do you think?
This is Peyton on page 12. Okay. The co-defendant is in custody. Did you want to? Or no? Sure. Yeah, why not? We might as well. Gamble, please.
Can you ask if Alice Moore, are they equal the address?
Just.
So that's why I'm asking.
Go ahead and send.
I don't know. I don't think they've had a chance to look. So, hey, guys, have you on Ellis? Have you guys reached out to the CW to see if, do you mind to see where they actually live for purposes of the MOA?
Did Monica really give 20 memberships or are they fake? Did she fake 20 memberships? Or is it real? Am I going to go to jail because I have 20 fake memberships for 2 months? Ooh, that sounds nice. I think you can sleep a lot in jail. And I would love that.
Please.
Thank you, Monica.
I'm kind of at a loss, Alex, where we have Mr. Gamble, who's still in custody. Both of these gentlemen are charged with aggravated robbery. One has a $70,000 bond on the ag rob, and this gentleman here, Mr. Payton, has a bond of $10,000 on the ag rob. I guess we'll see why. Doesn't seem very fair, but I guess we'll see why.
I was standing right here. Yeah, those jails look horrible though.
Coming up, Mr. Gamble. Mr. Gamble, Mr. Payton, gentlemen, both of you are charged with cases in here. Both of you are charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You know, looking at your information, I see that Mr. Payton, both of you guys, and Mr. Gamble are also charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. However, your felony bond was $10,000 and yours was $70,000. I don't understand why. We will soon find out. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
On November 7th, 2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop on a motor vehicle after observing it violate Texas Transportation Code 547.602, which requires mirrors, and the officer confirmed 5 traffic citations. The driver was placed into custody for those citations, and the defendant, Payton, was sitting in the front passenger seat where a black extended magazine was observed in plain view between the defendant's feet. Defendants 1 and 2, the second defendant being Gamble, were both detained, and a probable cause search revealed a black backpack found to be concealing 2 semi-automatic pistols with a loaded round in the chamber, not in a concealed holster, and within the wingspan of both defendants, as well as 37.8 grams of marijuana.
Tell me about the ag rob
So the ag rob for Mr.
for
Payton,
defendants, same day on 11/8.
I just want to confirm, Your Honor. It looks like the ag robs are different days. For Payton, it's July 27th, and then for Mr. Gamble, it's August 26th. So they're two separate incidents for aggravated robbery. So to begin with Mr. Payton, the aggravated robbery on July 27th, an officer was dispatched to a robbery at a vape time store. And the complainant said an unmasked defendant came inside the store and the complainant buzzed him into the door. The defendant looked around and then walked to the door and let 3 other masked men into the store. One of the 3 men pointed a gun to the left side of the complainant's neck, and then the other 3 men took money and merchandise before running from the door. The surveillance video showed the incident and showed defendants leaving in a silver Kia sedan. Officers were able to trace the sedan back to a co-defendant. They were also able to see that the Kia had been involved in a prior traffic stop. In that stop, the passenger of the car was viewed in the officer body-worn camera. That person was the unmasked first person who entered the store and let the other 3 men into the store before helping take cash and merchandise. And to move on to yes.
There were multiple, I think it was this defendant, Mr. Gamble, was one of 5 suspects robbing vape stores. And there are multiple incidents of the robbery. So we can certainly read PC, Judge. It's just very long, but we're happy to read it.
Is it the same MO where it's in, I mean, are we talking about just like an enterprise type situation? Like an engaging and organized? Okay.
So
I'm just, I give my question is I want to know how dangerous these guys are, and
Hi, Court Watcher. Thank you. Thank you so much.
obviously we've got ag robs on both of them, perhaps even multiple stops of ag robs. So Mr. Payton, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now putting an ankle monitor on you and I want to know where you are at all times. And I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I don't want you out in the middle of the night and I'm barring you from going to any, just got to be careful in this life, man. You got but one. You end up with the wrong person. You hang with dogs to get those fleas. You're going to end up with a 40-year sentence back there. And I'm going to tell you now, living in a 6x9 for 40 years is no way to live life. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're smoking weed, you're using anything like that, I'm going to put you in jail. I'll deem you a public danger and I'm going to make your bond so freaking high. Do you understand me?
Sir.
How old are you?
17.
What do you do?
I feel the urge to say poop all of a sudden. Victoria, thank you. I'm going to ask the judge to give you a raise now.
For a living?
I'm quit right now.
Why?
I'm trying to get my.
I'm now making that a condition of your bond as well. You and I are going to be so close, it's going to be ridiculous. I am making it a condition of your bond that you get your GED, and I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks to see what you have done to get your GED. You need to start working on it. We have enough people in custody as it is, and what you do now will affect you for the next 40 years of
Yours was very nice too, Court. Thank you.
your life. You start acting like a knucklehead out there, you're either going to be dead or with a 50-year sentence, and that's not a way to go through life. Do you understand? I will appoint your lawyer today.
And Your Honor, in regard to Gamble, it appears that the bond may be higher as officers presented the facts of both the current case as well as a separate case that's unfiled. It's an HPD case to which the defendant confessed to also being involved. So it seems there's also an ongoing investigation.
Do we know who put the gun to the neck?
It was the defendant as well, defendant Gamble.
Gamble?
And he also put a gun to the complainant's face as they were stealing marijuana and other items.
You hear everything I just said over there, Mr. Gamble?
Facts.
Same thing applies to you, man. We have enough black and brown people in custody as it is. We don't need any more. You don't need to live life with a 40-year sentence because of some stupid scheisse, man. You know? Do you know if you're gonna bond out?
I'm gonna be talking to this mom later, Judge. So
Okay,
we'll have
if
to-
you bond out, I'm ordering you under home confinement. I don't want you out anywhere. Do you understand? You will get a GPS monitor on your ankle, no weapons. I don't want you to talk with any of the co-defendants.
Victoria's at home saying to Michael, "Oh my God, this was totally 2 days ago. I'm past it."
In any of these cases. I don't want you two hanging out with each other
Yes, she sounds like a Valley girl when she's talking to Michael.
at all.
Oh my
You know,
God.
you may be great guys by yourselves, but when you're together, perhaps it's a Tasmanian devil. No thanks. We don't want it. I'm going to tell you both of you now. I will do everything in my power to protect my Houston at all costs. And I don't care if you put you in jail at 17, you're kicking and screaming and this. No. Do you understand? You were lucky to get out as it is on this type of charge, as it just count your lucky stars now, Mr. Payton. All right. So,
It's a felony pending both, substitute judge at work as well.
for sure. And then, Felicia, so GPS prior to release on Mr. Gamble, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs, random urinalysis. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, he did.
You did? Okay. All right, John. So I guess we'll stay in touch with Mr. Gamble. All right, Mr. Gamble, good luck. We'll just keep us in the loop about what goes on. Mr. Payton, I'm keeping you ever so close. I'm not letting you go far. Do you understand? Okay. I need him to fill out an application. Do you mind giving an application? I'm going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then I'm going to have you meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. Then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Yeah, correct. All of them.
That crime was so grody.
And then work.
Jesus.
Coming up, Mr. Mancias.
Actually, I have no idea what the crime was because I wasn't paying attention.
Now, if you can recall, this is the one where the complainant basically recanted not only the new assault, but also the first assault as well. And then she also said that she did not see the assault that involved her brother. The allegation that was made from my client then and my client now is that he was actually attacked by her family. And when he called the police, she became upset and she made those statements. The main concern that I have right now is that he cannot go to work with an ankle monitor whatsoever. He works at a high voltage area. I want to work out the case and with the state. I think that based on what I've seen, unless I see something else, I don't know if I know that there's one case with the brother that I still think that would have to be worked out, and the other two, I think they're kind of tainted at this point.
So the first case is 200 days old, and it's time to put that baby to bed. I get the other two are new, but I'm not going to hold one for the one that's 200 days. I'm not going to hold it for now another 180 days for the other two.
Well, I'm fine with it. That's, Your Honor, if that's the case, then I mean, I don't want to put the state in a bad, in a bad situation, but being that she's.
Don't feel bad for the state.
Well, I mean, I'm a former state myself, so I always kind of.
So are you ready? What do you have an offer on that case?
On the first AFM, Judge?
Yes.
There are two offers. There's a 6 days Harris County Jail and then a 13-month deferred.
Is there, can you make a global?
I don't feel comfortable doing that, just given this is a case, but I'm happy to.
He was here just 2 minutes ago. You think he can come back?
I'm happy to call him right now and try to get him in here.
Let's see if he can come back and just let him know that we would just like a global offer. I mean, that's ultimately what we want to do. And at the most, we'll give you maybe 2 weeks to kind of settle up, but it's time to put up or shut up, man. I'm not, just because you pick up 2 new assault cases, I'm not going to give you more time on the first one. It's 200 days. It's time to either go to trial or you got to accept something. Perhaps they're ready to make a global offer so we resolve everything. I don't know. But if not, we still got to take care of this case. I'm not going to give you more time on. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Judge Hatton. He'll tell you when you got to come back to court. I'm not taking your ankle monitor off. I don't want you to go anywhere near these people, not until we know what's going to happen. Actions have consequences. You have 3 open assault cases. I'm not gonna there's 2 sides to the story, but I don't know their side.
I understand.
And so until I know everything at one time, then, if they were to say something that might be different, but I'm not taking your word for anything. And it's not just you, it's every person that would come here. I'm not going to take anybody's word, the evidence is going to tell us to whose side is correct. That's what we need to see what's going on.
Kelly, isn't that a bit personal?
Yes, sir.
And you should be pretty quick because your case is now 200 days old. All right. So let's wait for DVD. Perhaps we can work out a global resolution.
It was the first question I asked her and she did not.
Resolution. If not, we'll give it a couple weeks and then we'll come back and then, yeah.
Okay, Judge.
Thanks.
May he sit in
Yes, of course.
All right, Judge, next is page 13. Taylor, come on up.
Good morning, Your Honor. I will be pleading non-guilty today, and I will be representing myself.
Okay, there's a certain way we go through things. Just bear with me a second. So the first thing is that you're charged with failure to stop and give information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or 2,000. I know that you're ready to say, go through your list of this and that, but because you want to talk, you're not listening. I need you to listen for a second. I'll give you time to talk, I promise. Just let me get through the spiel and then I'll give you an opportunity, okay? You're charged with failure to stop and give information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, we're just going to do probable cause because I don't know what happened. Maybe there's no probable cause and then you're out of here. I don't know. Stop. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that. They're DAs. Every single thing you say, they're going to sit there and type to use you.
I know that's my right.
Just hold on. Let's do probable cause first.
I just so want to hear what he had to say so badly.
Okay.
On June 15th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash. They met with the complainant who reported that she was involved in a crash with a Toyota Tundra and provided the license plate number. The male with gray shorts, no shirt, and tattoos stepped out of his vehicle and offered the complainant to follow him back to his house, and the complainant declined the offer. The defendant then left the scene without giving any information and sideswiped the complainant's vehicle a second time. The officers began to head to the car's registered address, 0.4 miles away, when they received a second call for help at the address they were headed to. At the address, a male matching the description provided by the complainant was having a mental episode in front of his house. The defendant admitted to driving and leaving the scene without giving information. The damage was approximately $2,000.
Okay. All right, Mr. Peeler, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
So on June 15th, I was in a state of psychosis, and I have
Hold on.
documentation of the settlement that took place for the liability property damage which occurred on that incident. I have the claim number in front of me if you need it, Your Honor, for that settlement. I have the mental health crisis documentation discharge summary provided by the Harris County Constable living at 13800 Lake Superior Lane if you need that. Upon further request, I can provide documentation of the discharge from the hospital that I went to.
Let's do this.
Supporting the mental health.
Mr. Peeler.
And I'm disabled. So.
Let's do this. Why don't I have you talk to a lawyer? Okay. Your lawyer can talk with you, get to know you, find out what happened, and then they can approach the state to try to, see what's going on.
I'm disabled and I don't want to be, and I never was.
Just don't say anything.
Warrant at all. I never received anything in the mail, not once. So how can
Sometimes cases work like that. Sometimes a person is involved in some kind of situation where a warrant will not issue immediately to where they get taken into custody at that time.
Well,
Those are called.
In the mail, so I assumed that I would have received something.
Never assume anything.
You're right.
Never assume anything. But let's do this. I can have you talk to a lawyer here momentarily. You can explain your situation to the lawyer. The lawyers can talk to the DA, and then we can work something. Okay.
So
just hold on. Hold on.
I agree.
I don't want you to say anything because there's a bunch of DAs here and everything you say, they're going to use it against you. I will give you the opportunity, but first let me have you talk to a lawyer. I've got a bunch of them and they're great. They truly will help you out. Okay, really. Yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. I'm just going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I find your lawyer. Be patient though. I've got 150 people here, Mr. Peeler. Okay, so just be patient. Okay.
Failure to, well, I actually did stop. I mean, for the record, we both have exchanged words outside our vehicle.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, you know how the judge said, be patient, I'll get to you later? Nope, 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 nope. Oh, listen, yellow guy, I'm coming back to you because I want to see you, but I gotta do something first. Oh. I'm trying to go fast and slow at the same time. How did I miss it? Hold on, I'm trying to go backwards, but look, the plane. We got Melissa, we got Lena's, we got Victoria all in one. All right, help me find this, guys. All right, there he is. Yellow guy, red guy. Found it. There's Johnny D.
I'm on the case, but I'll review the meds and all that, and it actually may be a better case for the PD's office. I'm not sure, but I mean, I know he's.
Hi, Dad.
He gets nervous.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
There's no reason for you to be nervous. Really, it's not the end of the world. You've picked up a case, but it happens. When you do that, you dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and you move on. All we want you to do is just don't violate the law. Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance? Okay, you can continue to drive. Just be careful. If you happen to get into an accident, stop. It's not the end of the world. That's why you have car insurance, so that if you get into an accident, they're there to help you with what happened. They'll even give you a lawyer to represent you. That's why you pay for car insurance. Really.
I saw her working and I've seen better paper handers. I was just kidding.
I didn't know they'd give you a lawyer.
Well,
Your insurance company.
Not every single time, but you know, like if someone were to sue you and you have car insurance, you know, typically there's a lawyer to help you out with these cases. Yeah. So that's why you pay for car insurance. That's why it's as expensive as it is. So I'm not putting any conditions on your bond, okay? Just be careful and be safe. That's it. We've given you a lawyer to stay in touch with John, and he'll tell you how to navigate through this issue, and that's it. Do you have any questions? The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that if you take medication, psychotropic medication.
Victoria, I'm so sorry we were too loud. I will never do it again. Don't yell at me.
Continue to take it. When you stop, you know, I see so many people, they start taking it and they start to feel good. You know what? I don't need this anymore. I feel great. They stop taking it, boom. Same thing starts happening. You know, they evolve in that circular, just end up in purgatory because they stop taking it and they end up back into the same situation and into bad things start happening. If good things are happening when you take the medication, keep taking it. It's there for you to do well and to be well, to be better. And that's what the medication is there for. Don't stop taking it, because when it does, that's when things spiral out of control.
It was Monica. Monica did that.
You know, we're here to help you. That's why we have lawyers. That's why we have, yeah, okay? Questions? Just relax. Everything's fine. If you guys need anything, we're here for you. You can always come back here and then we'll help you out. We'll set you off a month. If you need anything, just come back and we're here for you, okay? All right, guys, take care.
Need to sign.
No, just a reset. Yeah. Okay, Judge.
We all did.
Okay.
We all
I was
did.
able to talk with,
Oh, great, they're here.
He wants to give me a global offer later on today. We just have a quick reset.
I want to find that yellow guy. I don't know why.
We will probably need to do conditions on that, but let's wait till we get.
Yes.
Hey, Vic, probably have to do conditions.
I love Johnny
But
D.
wait till we get a lawyer. Okay. Are you Jesse Joe Proctor?
Yes, Judge.
Proctor, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the record.
Victoria, what did you do to this man? You have to stop. You can't beat up all the defendants like that. It's not polite.
Remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
I do apologize. Internet's being slow. It's loading right now.
Can you tell me when you're ready?
Yes, Judge. Apologies.
No problem.
Ready, Judge.
Go for it.
On November 7th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a burglary for residence in progress call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officers found the suspect standing in front of the complainant's residence, and the defendant is the complainant's ex.
Do you want to hear a sad story about what happened at work today? So I go to this table and I swear this woman is looking directly at me, okay? One of her eyes is, a little sideways, but every time I speak, she's looking, I'm trying to get her order and everything. She's looking directly at me. I'm talking to her. And so she's at a table, and then if you leave that table, immediately around the corner is the men's bathroom. And then if you keep going around like a U, you get to the women's bathroom. Okay? You got it so far? So there's like a wall in between. So you have to go like in a U, get to the women's bathroom. So I'm at this table of 20 soccer kids trying to get their drink order, and I see the man get up and I see her get up and go in front of the man. Okay? I see his hands are on her hips. And it's weird. They walk towards the bathroom. I just assume he's going to go into the men's and she's going to go into the ladies, right? And I can see the ladies' door from where I'm standing. So he turns and they both start walking towards the woman's bathroom. And I hear him say to her, keep going forward. And now remember, he's freaking behind her. And she did. And she slams right into the bathroom door. She's blind. And whoever was with her was the worst freaking person I know for doing that. I was about to run over to him and say, get out of here. You're fired. Go sit down. I'll take it from here. But he just banged her. Could you imagine trusting someone every day and they do you? Yeah, he got no more beer from me. Not one more beer. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. I got her beer after beer after beer, and he got nothing from me. Yeah. Sorry. One eye. Sorry. Back to work, guys.
ex-boyfriend, and they had been dating for 2 months, and they had recently ended a relationship. The defendant had been sending threatening text messages to the complainant, stating that someone was going to die tonight and that it was going to be the complainant. The complainant and her mother were going to die, and he also sent messages that he is going to take his gun to the complainant's house. The officers observed the text messages and confirmed that the defendant sent them by asking the defendant for his phone number and comparing them to the messages to get the complainant's attention. The complainant stated she feared for her life because she stays at home alone and would like to pursue charges.
Got it. All right, Mr. Proctor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. Can you file the no contact and no weapons, please? There is a protective order that has been issued in this case. Get to
Thank you, Cynthia.
know it, because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges of violation of protective order, and that's one of the worst misdemeanor cases you can pick up. Violate conditions on a VPO, I can hold you at no bond, 0 bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in this county. You understand? What do you do for a living?
I do operation support for a transportation company.
How much money do you make a month?
Approximately about 5,000. I just started the job like 2.
Ooh, 5,000 a month. The damage was already done. So she went into the bathroom, probably bleeding. I don't know. She wasn't. She went into the bathroom, and I couldn't just stand there. I had 20 kids I had to get drinks for. So, but yeah, so she got back to her seat fine.
Weeks ago.
We're going to give you time to hire lawyers. So I will first have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to take a seat in the jury box. We're going to have to wait for your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go. Don't go anywhere near this person. Life is too short. Do you understand? I'm telling you, life is way too short to live in a 6x9 box because of one person. There's 10 gajillion fish in the sea. Move on. So, you understand?
That's right.
Okay, man. Come on.
Right this way. Rodriguez,
Wait,
Christian, come on up.
I think I saw more yellow. Let's go there. I don't know what happens today, so I don't know. Is that it? Should I go there? Hold on. Yeah, that was it. Let's go to the yellow. Right there. Wow, this is a long one, guys.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. This is really important. You don't need a conviction because when you get one, you become very difficult to employ, meaning it gets very difficult to get a job. The more convictions you get, the more difficult it is to get a job because people know that you have a volatile, meaning trigger temper, that if you get upset, holy moly, she could lose it and just, so it's really important that you make this work. Not only that, if you complete it successfully, you can have it sealed after a while so that the public can't see it. I will pay for it for you. If you complete this and you can qualify for the sealing, I'll do it for you for free.
Most ladies only go to the ladies' room once. They don't normally go multiple times unless they drink a lot of beer.
All you got to do is come back. And I'll make it even better for you. If you do everything you're supposed to do, stay out of trouble, I'll cut you loose in half the time. 7.5 months, you can be done with this thing, no conviction on your own. How does that sound? Be nice. It's not hard. That's all you got to do. If you get upset, walk away. Go somewhere else. You know, when I get upset, I distance myself from everyone. I'll go over there. I'll go run. I'll find something else to do. You know, my kids piss me off like crazy. What do you think I do? Yeah. It would be very easy for me to just beat them into submission, beat them and spank. And no, that's not the right way. If I get upset, I get up and I leave. Walk out of the house. I'll go to find something else to do. That's what you need to do when you get upset. It's not the end of the world. It's never the end of the world. All right? So What does the TRAS say that she has to do?
She's gonna have to be in the mental health.
Okay, great.
Career management, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Okay,
Job skills training and monitoring and psychotropic medication and treatments.
great. That sounds great. Do this 7 months, I'll let you loose, and then you're done. We early terminate people all the time for when they do well. We let them go in half the time. My only issue is, will she qualify for funding? Do you know?
I would have to ask.
Because she doesn't have any money, and if one of the conditions on here is GPS monitor, there's no way she's gonna be able to pay for that. I know that we have, is it
Because
TLAB?
that was something that her case manager had recommended that he thought would be helpful for her, and so.
I think it's a great idea. But what I want to do is be able to pay for it, because I know that she can't, and I can't waive the fee while she's on probation, but she might be, I know that she'll qualify for the funding. Can we try?
We can verify.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get you to qualify so that you don't have to pay for anything, okay? But if you ever have a problem, do you have Josh's number?
Tablet, so like, don't have any contact.
Who took it? Did she tell you, is it she or he?
She,
Did she tell you how you can get it back? Is the guardian here now? How did you get here?
my group home, staff, we did it.
They here now? Where, are they in the courtroom? Can you, who is it?
Miss Simone.
Yeah, but where? Miss Simone, do you mind coming up, ma'am, please? Yes, come on up. And Josh, give her my card too, will you? This is my card. If you ever need anything, all you got to do is just, you have us. I mean, Miss Brown, we're always here to help, All you got to do is just make a call, send me an email.
I'm Simone.
Hi, thank you for coming. So they took her tablet.
Yes, they did.
How can she get it back?
In 1 month, if she behaves well.
You can get it back. It's not the end of the world. If you're good for a month, they're going to give it back to you. Right? Can you do that? Okay. You'll have it back in a month. That gives you a way to be able to contact us.
Never do that.
So she's getting into a probation today. It's a 13-month probation. I told her that if she does well, then we'll take her off in half the time. All she has to do is the anger management class, stay up on her medication. And then there was one more important thing. What was it? The cognitive, it's therapy, okay? Do that, things will go well, all right? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, this is a contract you're signing with us. You either complete it successfully. If you violate it, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. We put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange, like you've seen all the other people that come out. And we're going to discuss whether you violated it. And if you did, we can put you in jail for an entire year. Do you understand this? This is serious business, because you could go to jail for an entire year if you violate this. If you get violent with someone, if you do something you're not supposed to, if you pick.
I've been sneaking beer for longer than you've been alive. I don't think someone could take beer from me.
Up a new case, if you don't do your classes on time, if you break curfew, it's a problem. Can you get it done? Okay, I wish you luck. How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I won't find you guilty. I'm going to wait 13 months. Make us proud. You'll be done in 7.5. All right? All right. Good luck, Ms. Brown. Thanks.
All right, guys. Drama queen. My gosh. You're not older than me. I got you by like 10 years. Oh, okay. Everybody's leaving to Wawa real quick to get coffee. No, I'm going to bed because I got to be at work in just a couple hours, but I'm off tomorrow. It has been packed this week. It has been a very, 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 very good week for me. So I really can't wait to get to work today. Hopefully, it's a really, really, really good day. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you, Court Watcher, for stopping by. And yeah, today's Sunday, so go rest, relax, go to the horse races. Go find horse races near you and go watch the horse races. It's Sunday. And be nice. It's not that hard. Cynthia, thank you so much for coming. And please, when Victoria says be quiet, please, for the love of God, be quiet. All right, outro. Oh, that's tiny.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late at night, when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.